Hi, everybody. My name is Jennifer. I am a 32-year-old woman living in Southern Ontario, Canada, and I'm in debt. I am in a lot of debt. And as I write this, or as I film this, rather, it is December 31st, 2021, which means next year, when I wake up tomorrow, it'll be next year and a fresh start to tackle this. I am going to share with you my budgets, my expense trackers, my monthly calendars, my debt snowball calculators, just to be more accountable to myself. This is something I've wanted to do for a very long time. I have been inspired by so many other YouTubers out there who have undertaken insurmountable amounts of debt and conquered them and paid them down. I am so very blessed to have watched these people thrive, and I just want to thrive as well. If I inspire other people on my journey, that's fantastic. If I'm able to network with other people, that is amazing. But that being said, I really just want to get out of debt and to be around people who are in the same boat as me. I am using a template that I bought off of Etsy from Girls Who Budget. It is an Excel spreadsheet that I'm using on Google Sheets. I would make my own, but I actually don't know how to use Excel, even though that is something I put on my resume that I can do. Maybe I'll also make that a New Year's resolution as well. But as it stands right now, I'm letting other people do the spreadsheets for me because I cannot make anything half as beautiful as these are. I'm going to start with my debt snowball to kind of give everyone an idea of where I'm starting from. Thankfully, the snowball method actually also helps me with the higher interest loans. So we'll start with this loan here. This is my first loan. This is a personal loan that I took out from a B lender back in May of 2021. I've had some issues with work not paying me consistently, or overpaying me one week, and then 6 weeks later recouping those overpayments. It's a big thing. I worked for the government at the time, and I just had to make do with it because I was overpaid and I did not balance that accordingly. I would know that I was overpaid, so I would try to save the money and put it away and say, okay, I have this for when they inevitably take back the money. But of course, I don't know. They were good intentions, but they did not work out, and I made horrible mistakes. And that's what this is. This is about learning from those mistakes. So this loan was $4,500. I have been very good at paying it down since May. I have been very, very good at paying it down since May, and I am currently at $2,743.79. My minimum payment each month is $217.12. But this should be illegal. This interest rate is 39.99%. I was a fool. I took it anyways, thinking I would probably pay it off faster than the 4 year or the 3 year term it is. And it does look that way. Right now I'm set to pay it off in 15 months, but I do plan on funneling every extra debt payment into this one loan first. My second debt is with a credit card. This is a Capital One secured credit card. It is secured because in 2017, I underwent a debt management program, which means I accumulated, or I went to a company, or I went to a company essentially, that deals with situations of bad credit and consumer proposal and bankruptcy. And they took all of my loans, they talked to the creditors, and they packaged them for me essentially into a affordable monthly payment, which was about $500. And like I think 10% or 5% or something went to them each month, but they managed my case essentially, and it allowed me to get out of debt. I finished paying that off in May of 2020, and that was $25,000. So I paid off $25,000 of consumer debt before. This is all new. So these two, the loan and the credit card, are new. The car I had before, the student loans I had before, and I will get to those. But I racked up this much debt after already going through a debt management program. Like I clearly, and I'm angry at myself for this. I did not learn from that lesson. I did not improve. I didn't learn. And that's why I'm really focusing and coming down heavy on this, because I want to be better. I want to learn from my mistakes, and I don't want to be in this situation again. I could blame it also on the fact that I did have issues with my pay from work and things like that. And also, I was laid off mid November. I am working now, thankfully, but I was laid off mid November. So instead of cutting back and budgeting accordingly, instead I decided to maintain my lifestyle and used my credit card. It the payments or the things that I charged were like groceries and things like that. I didn't necessarily buy anything frivolous that I shouldn't have, or I never actually necessarily charged wants over necessities, but I could have definitely been more budget conscious. I could have made a better budget. I could have did a bunch of things that I did not do. So I'm learning from that mistake as well. And also, it's a $4,000 limit credit card. I have maxed out this credit card. The minimum payments are $110 a month, and the interest rate is just under 30%. I will, after this is paid off, which I'm hoping will not be very long at all, because I do plan to put as much extra debt or extra payments into it as I can, I will focus on this. But right now, I am just doing the minimum payments. My next debt is my car. So I got my car in 2016. So it's 6 years old. It's in great shape, thankfully. My partner is absolutely phenomenal with cars. He is a mechanical whiz, so he helps me with my maintenance, thankfully. So that's not something that I'm worried about maintaining, because he has it under control. But I went upside down on this car loan. So I had a 7-year-old car that I had a loan for, and it was an $11,000 car. So I drove it for 1 year and decided that I wouldn't be able to maintain this car, that it was going to cost me more in the long run, even though I had no mechanical problems with this car whatsoever. But I made the decision that I needed a new car at the time. This was before I went into that debt management situation. This is before I was with my current partner, who could have fixed that car. So I had paid down, I don't know, $3,000. So I rolled over $7,000 of that loan onto a brand new car loan. So this did start out at about $36,000. So I have a third left of that loan. So it's at $10,880. The minimum payment is $432.98, so $433 a month. I choose to pay it monthly. I could pay it biweekly, but I choose to pay it monthly. And it has an interest rate of it's a really low interest rate. It's like 0.5%. So thankfully the interest isn't high on that, because that would accumulate heavily. But I do plan, as the debt snowball method goes, once the loan and the credit card are paid off, that is going to free up $400, $500, $600 a month potentially on top of this to really focus on this. So that's my next course of action there. And I have a student loan. So I attended school, 2007 to 2015, I was in school. I did not work hard on saving money to go to school. I saved money for my books every year, but other than that, I didn't hustle as hard as I should have to really go to school. And I don't think I appreciated it as much as I did. It was just kind of assumed that I would take out student loans to go to school. My parents didn't have the money to provide me with tuition, which is fine. I had no expectations of them to do so. But rather than have a focus on saving money to at least meet my tuition or to do something to help with school, I just took out student loans every single year from 2007 to 2015, with the majority of my student loans coming from the latter portion. So I went to graduate school twice. So I got 2 master's degrees. And that is where the majority of my debt came from. When I finished my undergrad, I think I was sitting at $27,000, and that would have been much more manageable. But no, I had to do higher education and, rack that up. And I don't regret going and getting master's degrees. I absolutely love learning. I love being a student. But that being said, I could have done much better at financing this accordingly. The reason there's no minimum payment entered is I am currently on repayment assistance. So this is an OSAP loan. So I'm in Ontario, which means this amount is split into two. It's split into a federal loan and a provincial loan. My minimum payment is currently $0 because I am on repayment assistance. So every 6 months I apply and I say to them, hey, like this is my income from the last month. What will my monthly payment be? Sometimes it could be $0, in which case the government covers the balance to pay off the minimums and things like that. Or it's a smaller amount, so I have paid, so my monthly payment should be, when the interest is being charged, about $566. Right now, I believe it's about $472 would be the required payment if I didn't apply for repayment assistance. I have paid as low as $200 a month, with the government matching essentially my payments to meet that monthly threshold. So in February, I will be applying again for my repayment assistance. I don't know what the minimum payment will be. I foresee it being about $250 based off of my previous experiences applying, but we'll see. As well, interest has been frozen because of everything that's been going on in the world. So there is no interest accumulating on this amount. That being said, I clearly don't want this to follow me for the rest of my life, because my debt snowball currently has me paying it off in 87 months. That's a lot of months. The government has me listed as 110 months remaining. Clearly, I do not want this to follow me into my 40s, so I'm going to work hard to get that paid off. So this is my debt snowball. Thank you for watching. I'm absolutely touched that anybody is watching this at all, and I'm excited to join this experience with you and to do better. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a great day and Happy New Year. Take care.